All right, welcome back, everyone. This is a live stream, and this live stream is not going to be too long, but we're going to go over this symbolism of the G20 and how Biden is going to India at the perfect time in relation to Kamala Harris and John F. Kennedy. So we got 7 of you in the chat. Nice to see all you guys. I know it's early. It's early for most of you in the United States. In Albania, it's already almost 5 p.m. And yeah, so we'll wait for a few more people and then we'll get started. How's it going, Evie and Captain Flatastic and Jeff and Yuan and Mary? Nice to see you guys. So you guys know on my channel, I've been following this this Kamala Harris, Joe Biden switcheroo for, pretty much the last year and a half. And, I know it's coming at some point. The question is when and how. And we're getting a lot of clear symbolism. If you guys didn't watch my last video on Kamala Harris, it was the video called "The Lioness is Coming." I pointed to the date September 8th in that video. And the September 8th date is also what I'm going to talk about in this video, which is tomorrow, obviously. Good evening, Robert. Nice to see you, man. And Debbie, good morning to you in Florida. So anyways, I've been following this. And of course, I didn't know when I did this video last week about Kamala Harris that Biden was going to be in India on 9/8. And of course, it's just like, again, proving that I'm on the right track. Is it going to happen tomorrow where she replaces him? Who knows? But I'm going to give you guys some very interesting evidence in this video why it's possible tomorrow. And then I'm going to give you another date that's very possible. And I'm going to do this based off of John F. Kennedy. See, there's a very simple pattern here. There's a very simple pattern that we can follow to understand why JFK was, shot when he was, and how it was perfectly aligned by the numbers. And so if we're going to follow the same pattern, we can take this pattern of John F. Kennedy and we can apply it to this year. And there's so many similarities between 1963 and 2023. The first similarity is that this year is a rabbit year, a water rabbit, Chinese zodiac, and 1963 was also a Chinese zodiac of the water rabbit. So I made this post in my community section, but I really want to go over this. I want to show you guys just how perfect the JFK incident was and how perfect it was by the numbers. And if they were to repeat the same pattern, I'm going to give you the 2 dates that I believe they would repeat the same pattern that happened with JFK, and they would do the same thing with Biden. Now, I'm not saying that he'll get killed the same way, or, I'm not saying it'll happen exactly the same way, but I'm just saying that, it will be a very similar amount of days between, okay? So the first thing we need to know here, guys, is that JFK, he visited Ireland in 1963, okay? And Ireland, of course, is important here because Ireland is where the Kennedy name comes from. And also Biden is also, his ancestors are supposedly from Ireland. So there's many similarities between Biden and John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy, not only is he of Irish descent like Biden, John F. Kennedy was the first Catholic president, right? And Joe Biden is the second Catholic president. So they're the only 2 Catholic presidents. And John F. Kennedy visited Ireland on June 26th, 1963. I got it circled here. And before I get into this, I just want to bring up the importance of the number 149 and 35. I want you guys to know this relationship before I even get into this. So 35 is a very important number. 35 is the gematria of the word Catholic. So I want you guys to see just how scripted this is, because the only two Catholic presidents are John F. Kennedy, who was the 35th president, and Joe Biden, who was the 46th, who is the 46th. And just notice that Catholic equals both 35 and 46, okay? Now, I'm going to show you, because JFK was the 35th president, why he was killed the exact amount of days after his visit to Ireland that he was. So again, we're going to go back to the 35. 35 is a huge number. Again, Catholic equals 35. And what you need to know here is the number 149. So John F. Kennedy was born on the 149th day of the year. And 149 is the 35th prime number. Welcome to, hey, what's up, Kevin? Nice to see you, bro. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. And also, Dion, much love, man. Nice to see you in the chat as well. And looks like we got a lot of you from Florida. So welcome to you all from Florida. So anyway, back to the 149. So 149, the 35th prime, Catholic equals 35. The 35th president was born on the 149th day of the year. So do you guys see the perfection here, that the 35th president, who was the first Catholic president, was born on May 29th, the 149th day of the year. And 149 is the 35th prime, which ties to JFK being the 35th president, and he was the first Catholic president, so Catholic equaling 35. So why is this so perfect? That's because JFK was shot 149 days after he arrived in Ireland. So do you guys see how perfect this is? I haven't seen a lot of people go over, aside from maybe Zach Hubbard on the Gematria Effect News, I haven't seen a lot of people go over how perfectly scripted the JFK thing was, okay? What are the chances that the 149 days, which is his birthday, the 149 day of the year, and it's the 35th prime, like he was the 35th president, and he was shot the 35 prime days after his visit, he arrived. So the measurement is from the day he arrived in Ireland to the day he was shot, okay, was 149 days, June 26, 1963 to the November 22nd, 1963. Okay, so how perfect it was that he was shot 149 days after his visit. And again, that's the 35th prime, and he was the 35th president. And again, he's born on the 149 day of the year. So I'm sorry to repeat that. I'm just trying to make sure this is clear, so you guys can get how big this connection is, okay? So if the pattern was to repeat with Biden, okay, so there's two ways that this pattern could repeat. Biden could have something happen to him 149 days after he arrives in Ireland, okay? Now, Biden arrived in Ireland on April 12th this year. Just like JFK arrived in Ireland on June 26th, and 149 days later, he was shot, Biden arrived in Ireland on April 12th. 149 days later is tomorrow, okay? 149 days later, from his arrival in Ireland to tomorrow is the exact amount of days that it was from John F. Kennedy to his assassination. So tomorrow is a big day. It's the 1-year anniversary of the Queen's death, and Biden. Tomorrow is 149 days after his visit. Okay. And remember what happened to John F. Kennedy 149 days after his visit, right? So tomorrow is a huge day. Even if nothing happens to him tomorrow, tomorrow is a huge day because it's lining up perfectly. Okay. Now I want you guys to see how important this even is. So the first day is tomorrow. But what's also interesting about tomorrow is 149 days, once again, before his son's birthday, Biden's son, Hunter Biden. Now, what does the name Hunter immediately make you think of? A hunter is somebody with a gun, right? So interesting that his son's name is Hunter. And after showing you the 149 connection with JFK, what are the chances that tomorrow is 149 days before Joe Biden's son's birthday as well? And what's even more important about this is that Joe Biden's son, Hunter, was born on the 35th day of the year. I mean, what a joke. And 149 days before his next birthday, which is the 35th prime number, okay, is tomorrow. And I already showed you that tomorrow lines up perfectly with the 149 days after his visit to Ireland. So that's two, right? That's 149 connections to tomorrow. All right. And again, his son was born on the perfect day as well, the 35th day of the year, like Catholic equals 35. Okay. And again, 149 days later, which is the 35th prime. Sorry, guys, it's to his next birthday. So Hunter Biden's next birthday next year is 149 days after tomorrow. Okay. So again, what are the chances? Also, so Biden was the vice president. Biden was the vice president for Barack Obama. And Barack Obama was born on the day leaving 149 days in the year. So do you see this? Biden was the vice president for the president who was born on the day leaving 149 days in the year. And guess how many days tomorrow is after Obama's last birthday? It's 35 days. Another perfect synchronization with the 35 and the 149. Again, 149 is the 35th prime. So these numbers go hand in hand. Okay. So what are the chances that tomorrow is 149 days after Biden arrives in Ireland, just like JFK was killed 149 days after he arrived in Ireland? JFK was born on the 149th day of the year. Obama, who was the president, who Biden was the vice president for, was born on the opposite day on the calendar as JFK, the day leaving 149. And that's 35 days before tomorrow. So there's three, guys. There's three connections that perfectly sync up with this number and the day tomorrow, which also is, again, the Queen's 1-year anniversary of her death. Now, again, I told you guys in my last video, the lioness video, if you guys haven't watched the lioness video, I connected it to Kamala Harris and the feminine symbol, okay? So what I'm saying here is that when I made that last video about Kamala Harris and the lion, I had no idea at that time when I made the video that Biden was going to be in Kamala Harris's country, India. And when is he going to be in India, guys? He's going to be in India tomorrow for the G20. And the G20 has the logo of the lotus flower. And why is this important? If you guys haven't watched my prior videos, you might not know. But look at this. The lotus flower, the name Kamala, is the girl's name, meaning lotus flower. And tomorrow, Biden will be in India with the lotus right as the symbol. So what are the chances that the 149 days after his visit to Ireland, now look at the flags, guys. Look at the Irish and the Indian flags. They're the same, essentially. There's just one is flipped on its side and one is in a vertical, one is horizontal. It's the same flag. And the Indian flag has the blue thing. But look at that. I didn't even make this connection until just like recently. I was like, oh man, I know now why Biden and Harris are Irish and Indian. It all connects to these two flags being essentially the same. And what are the chances that, again, that tomorrow Biden is going to be on the perfect day? He's going to be in India. And where's Kamala Harris going to be? She is in Indonesia. So they're both in Asia tomorrow. And Biden is going to be in India, where her family is from. And what's the chances that the lotus flower is on the symbol for the G20 and Kamala means lotus? Okay, again, right, here's the proof. Lotus flower, the name Kamala means lotus. All right. So again, what I just showed you here, if you guys need to rewind and go back and see why the numbers point to tomorrow very perfectly, okay? But again, we're going to go back to this 149 because I just showed you that tomorrow is 149 days after Biden's visit. It's 149 days before Biden's son's birthday, and it's 35 days after Obama's birthday, okay? And again, Obama was born on the 149 days left, and it's 35 days after his birthday, and 149 is the 35th prime, okay? So let's just show the gematria on this. And guess what words equal 149? So let's go over them. I already showed you that Catholic equals 35, and the number 149 is the 35th prime. But I want you guys to notice that the skull and bones equals 149. And look, President Kamala, 149. What a coincidence, huh? Lightning bolt, 149. Do you guys remember when Biden was in Maui a few weeks ago and he mentioned a lightning bolt hitting his house? And do you remember how Biden was the vice president for Barack Obama, who means lightning from heaven, his name? And how Obama was born in the 149 days left in the year, and lightning bolt equals 149. And in 2022, on Obama's birthday, there was a lightning strike at the White House on Obama's birthday, and lightning bolt equals 149. And just look at this, guys. 47 equals 149. President equals, so let me just show you this. President equals 47, right? If Kamala were to become president, she would be the 47th president. Notice that if you type the word 47 out, it equals 149 also. What are the chances? And also look, 35th. If you type that out, it equals 149. Just like 149 is the 35th prime number, and if you type 35th out, it equals 149. And look at this, vice president, 149. So tomorrow, it lines up perfectly with the 149s, and then you have President Kamala, 149, 47, like she would be the 47, 149, and vice president, which she currently is, also equals 149. And again, if you guys missed this in the beginning, you're going to have to go back and rewind, but I already went over the perfect synchronization between JFK's visit to Ireland and Biden's visit to Ireland. 149 days after Biden's visit is tomorrow. Okay? I hope that makes sense. And once again, just to show you just how perfect this is, again, what are the chances that the Irish and the Indian flag are essentially the same flag? Okay. So again, I'm not saying absolutely tomorrow, but tomorrow is a huge day. And that's the reason, once again, they're giving us a clue. There's a reason why Biden is in India tomorrow. That's already the proof I need to know I'm on the right track. If it happens tomorrow, it will be crazy. But I'm going to give you one more date. Okay. I'm going to give you one more date that would follow the same pattern, okay, as the first time, okay? So again, I told you that JFK was in Ireland 149 days before his death in 1963. JFK, again, 149 is the 35th prime. And he was the first, and he was the 35th president, okay? Biden is the 46th president. So we have to go and we have to look, what is the 46th prime number? Because if they truly repeat the pattern, that means something would happen to Biden the way I see it, there's two ways they could repeat the pattern. They could either have Biden have something happen to him 149 days after his arrival in Ireland, just like JFK, or because Catholic equals 35 and JFK was shot the 35 prime days after his visit to Ireland, Biden would also need to be, if the pattern repeated itself, Biden would need to be taken out the 46 prime days after his visit to Ireland. So let's do this. Let's measure. Let's find this date. So again, I told you Biden was he arrived in Ireland on April 12th. Okay. And again, I told you 149 days is the 35th prime. So this would be if they repeated the same number that they did with JFK, it would land on tomorrow, 149 days after. But if they repeat the pattern the other way, which means they would need to go, okay, the 46th prime days after Biden's visit, because Biden is the 46th president and Catholic equals 46. So what is that? So first of all, we need to know, what is the 46th prime number? The 46th prime number is 199. Okay. So the 46th prime number is 199. So that means that Biden could possibly get taken out 199 days after he arrived in Ireland. So let's look. What is 149 days? Or sorry, 199 days after his arrival in Ireland. Okay. That takes us to either the 27th of October or the 28th. So if you're doing it without adding the day, it takes us to the 28th of October. That is the 199 days, the 46th prime, like Biden is the 46th president. That's 199 days after his arrival in Ireland. Okay. So there's your two dates, guys. Your two dates are tomorrow and October 28th or 20. I think 27th is more likely because 27th is also 199 days. But the reason is because this is a Friday, and I really think that it happens on a Friday, but that doesn't have to be how it turns out. But I really think Friday is a day because remember, JFK was also taken out on a Friday, but it could happen on a Saturday. And don't forget that the word Saturday matches shooting in 2 out of the 4 ciphers. So yeah, and your guy, 1028 is Bill Gates' birthday, right? Another reason why that day could be big is because Biden will be 81 this year, and that date has 81 date numerology, and President Biden equals 81, okay? Also, Joe Biden equals 64, and that is the day leaving 64 days in the year. So again, I'm just showing you guys clearly in a video how this pattern could repeat itself. Am I saying that it will? Absolutely no. But I'm saying that if they decide to pull a repeat of a pattern, then these are the 2 days. Okay. And again, tomorrow is already giving us a clue. Because again, the G20 where Biden will be is Kamala Harris's home country, where her family's from, and it has the lotus, and Kamala means lotus. Also, something I didn't even know until just a few minutes ago. Check out this, guys. This story has been reported going around yesterday. Look at this. Kamala Harris says she may have to take over as president and is ready to do so. Look at this. This was reported by 2 different. I could find it on the New York Post and on Fox News. And again, what are the chances, guys? Perfect timing for this kind of story to come out. All right. Just as Biden is going to India, and it says here, Vice President Kamala Harris said Wednesday that an important part of her job is the fact that she may have to take over if President Biden is unable to complete his term in office, and that she's ready to do so if it is required. Harris was pressed on her readiness for the Oval Office during an overseas trip after she initially tried to deflect the question about the 80-year-old President Biden's age by pointing to his legislative accomplishments. Yes, replied the 58-year-old vice president in Jakarta, Indonesia, where she is representing Biden at the annual Association in Southeast Asian Nations Summit. So again, perfect time for this story to come out. And once again, it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out tomorrow. Also, Evie, she said you just got to this stream. So if you didn't catch it, you might have to go back and watch. But I was comparing the death of John F. Kennedy with the possible death of Joe Biden, and how JFK was killed 149 days after he arrived in Ireland in 1963. Okay. It's a bit complicated, so you might have to go back and watch it. But 149 days from the time that JFK arrived in Ireland to the day he died, and 149 is the day he was born, because John F. Kennedy was born on the 149th day of the year, and 149 is the 35th prime, and he was the first Catholic, and Catholic equals 35. He was also the 35th president, okay? And I was saying that October 28th is important because October 28th is 199 days after Biden arrived in Ireland, and 199 is the 46th prime, kind of like Biden is the 46th president. So hopefully that made sense. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if this is all making sense or I need to be more clear. Yeah, Dion, good observation. Yesterday, the article was posted about Kamala possibly needing to take over. That was posted on September 6th. That was posted on September 6th. And why is that important? Well, because if you type in President Kamala Harris, I believe it equals 96. Yeah, so President Kamala Harris equals 96. That article was posted on 9/6, September 6th. So again, there's also another big day that I could talk about here, but September 29th isn't another big day, but it's too complicated to get into that here. But I just wanted to point out that the 9/6 yesterday was also a big day. That was the day they posted this article. So, okay, Evie, I'm glad it makes sense. So again, guys, the only thing that we do here with Gematria and date numerologies and all this is we follow patterns. And if the pattern repeats itself, the 2 days to watch out for are tomorrow and October 28th. So tomorrow, again, it's already proven itself to be a big day because, again, why do you think Biden is in India tomorrow? And if you missed this, I'll show you this as well. Just notice that the Indian flag and the Irish flag are the same colors. It's just one is vertical and one is horizontal. And of course, Biden is from Ireland, and his heritage is from Ireland, and Kamala's heritage is from India. Yeah, and there's so much. I've talked about this in so many videos, guys. You guys can go back and watch all my videos on Kamala Harris and President Biden and how it's all tied to Gerald Ford and how it's tied to all these different riddles that they've been giving us. Yeah, Joshua, 929 is the 158th prime, yes. And Freemasonry does equal 158. 929 was the date that was given to us by the movie The Flash. So I might do a video on this for you guys so I can explain why this day is important. But anyway, there was a movie that came out earlier this year called The Flash. And it's about a lightning strike that gives the powers. So in the movie, the lightning strike gives powers to the Flash. That's how he gets his powers. It's a lightning strike. And remember, I told you guys that this is a huge thing when it comes to Barack Obama and Skull and Bones. It's the lightning bolt. Remember, lightning bolt equals Skull and Bones. Barack Obama means lightning from heaven. Okay. Notice that President Kamala equals 149 like lightning bolt. And also 47 equals 149, and she would be the 47th president. But anyways, in the movie Flash, there's a lightning strike. And in the movie, he goes back in time to talk to his older self, his younger self. And he takes his younger self to the very same place that he got struck by lightning. And the lightning hits both of them. But in this case, the lightning hits them, and the powers go from the older Flash to the younger Flash. Do you guys see the symbolism here? The older Flash, Biden is the older president, right? The older person. He loses the power, and the power goes to the younger Flash. So anyway, it's hard to explain, but I just wanted to point out it was very clear symbolism. And Biden may not even be taken out in a way that's like JFK. He may get impeached, or he may get forced to resign like Nixon. I don't know. But it's very clear that, and again, what else do you guys need? This Kamala Harris thing being posted just yesterday about her taking over. So So let's see, guys. Let's just see what happens. The G20's tomorrow in India. Biden will be flying there. Remember, India just went to the moon. And why was India going to the moon on on Kamala Harris's dad's birthday? Okay, I mean, just think about that. It was reported that India was the fourth country to land on the moon on Kamala Harris's dad's birthday. And again, her ancestors come from India, and India lands on the moon on her dad's birthday. So anyways, if you guys haven't checked out Dion Sandals in the chat, he's a moderator here. Go subscribe to his channel. He's posting a lot of videos about different things, and he actually helped me make this connection. So much love to him, and I really appreciate. So yeah, anyways, guys, I just wanted to make this pretty clear. Yeah, so is Hunter being indicted on 9/29? Very interesting. Yeah, I didn't even know that. So anyways, guys, as I told you in the beginning, I can't make this live stream very much longer. I got to handle some things here, but I just wanted to really go through and make this clear as to why this is happening tomorrow. Also, don't forget, tonight is the very first NFL game of the season. It has the Chiefs, like the Commander-in-Chiefs, right? So we'll watch this game and we'll see what happens tonight in that game. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get off, guys. Got some things I need to do here. If you guys want to support the channel, again, hit the like button on your way out. And once again, I appreciate all of you. If you guys also want to support the channel, the Buy Me a Coffee link is also in the chat. And yeah, I appreciate all of you guys coming by, and we're going to see what happens over the next few months leading up to late October, or early November. So I guess we'll see. Thanks, Evie. Thanks, Joni. Thanks, Captain. And Joshua, Dion. Thank you, guys. Once again, hit the like on your way out, guys, and I will get back on and do another live stream here, maybe tomorrow even. I might do a longer one tomorrow. So anyways, until then, guys, take care out there. Have a good rest of your day. and many blessings. God bless you all. Thanks.